I'm a musician first, and what I've learned as a musician and in telling stories that like I don't call myself a pianist, I don't call myself a videographer or those type of things. They're tools that I use to execute an idea.
But have you ever thought, what if this is all just a dream? Have you ever thought?
So my name is Ingrid Woode. I am born and raised in Cincinnati, Ohio. I moved away from here for a little while, for about 5 years for college, 5 or 6 years. But I'm back in Cincinnati. So I'm based out of Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm a musician. Um, I graduated from school and worked as a chemist for 7 years, but I that whole entire time I knew going into my interview there right out of college that my goal was for a production company. So I am a musician and a creative producer. So I write and produce music, but also as a creative producer, I take ideas and use whatever tools that are necessary or other tools that I may need to resource and create a tangible thing out of an idea that's in the head. So that may look like an album, a song, a documentary, but it's primarily visual and audio based works. And most recently, I received a grant through ArtsWave, the Black and Brown Artist Grant, and I recently finished up a project that is being exhibited around the city, really, technically. But that's thanks to a grant through ArtsWave, which is based in Cincinnati also. If I could say a genre, it's really soul music, but there's a lot in there. I am a classically trained musician. Um, I was playing in orchestras when I was a child, all the way up till I graduated for college. I was making money as a kid, playing for weddings and things like that. But I'm a, a soul musician. So, for instance, like some of the artists per se that I've written and produced for is Layla Hathaway, which is the daughter of Donny Hathaway, if anybody's familiar with him. But sort of, if I could narrow, it's kind of like that. It's that genre. It's like it's soul music. The Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra has performed one of my pieces, so it's kind of like it's a culmination of everything that I've been exposed to, directly and indirectly, genetically. My mother's a musician, and visually, as a storyteller. Um, the genre is really documentary like, even for client-based work, whether it's a commercial or a series, it always has that feel of storytelling from like a documentary standpoint. Even if it's a 30-second commercial, it's always has that real life documentary storytelling type of feel. I have a project. It's called Be Still. It's a multi-medium portrait series project. And I've received a grant through ArtsWave to be able to execute that project. One of the mediums is photographic portraits. I took those portraits on a film camera that looks like this. This is a Hasselblad film camera. Um, there's photographic portraits. There is a video series that comes out Wednesday, July 17th, 2024, depending on when people are listening to this. Um, there's a music score that I pieced to score the entire series as a vibe for the series. And then there's the tech side. So with the tech side, I've built the portraits into 3D forms. I work a lot in 3D also. So I've taken their portraits, built them into 3D, and I placed them into a VR gallery that I built, and then also augmented reality. So the portraits, people can have fun with augmented reality. So if you're in Cincinnati or come to Cincinnati up to August 8th, 2024, there'll probably be in different galleries and places after that. But there's an augmented reality piece where you can have fun with the physical portraits in the gallery. You click a link and you will, it's that one is image specific, so you click a link and it has to be over that specific portrait, and it will come to life. Something will come out at you for you to see and have fun with. And then around the city, I've basically taken those portraits and placed them in really cool spots around the city, popular parks, museums, really popular corners. We have a place called the Banks in Cincinnati, but just a lot of different places around the city of Cincinnati where it's location specific. So you have to be in a specific location. You click a link on my website, and the augmented reality, that digital layer will come up in your real life layer, and you'll be able to have fun with the portraits. And it's all with your phone. You can tap on different things and hear people's stories. You'll see it's a whole experience. I don't want to give it away, but for people to be able to have fun with when it comes up on their phone. But yeah, so it's once again, it's the photographic portraits, the video series, the tech side with the VR and the AR, and then I have a song that I've composed that just kind of is like a vibe for the whole series musically. I'm a musician first, and what I've learned as a musician and in telling stories, that like, I don't call myself a pianist. I don't call myself a videographer or those type of things. They're tools that I use to execute an idea. I'm always going to be musician first because that's what I've been the longest. Um, but in the art of storytelling, it's whatever I need to use tool wise to make that idea a tangible one. And so across my span of really, like, I guess 15 years of being a full-fledged adult, and a creative my entire life, uh, some mediums I've picked up out of necessity. I didn't have the resources, so I had to learn how to do it. Um, and then some things I just really took a liking to, and I already developed those things. So I say that to say, um, as a musician, I look at things, how to involve like different textures. And so, because with a musician, you have different instruments, you have different genres. There's just a lot of different textures. And so I always, when I'm working on projects, it's like, what texture does this need? And so I wanted to take a story that I was really living through. I had my own be still moment. So right when everybody got done with the pandemic, I had an injury and an illness that happened all at the same time, and towards the end of 2020. And so I spent all of 2021 pretty much bedridden, surgeries, a pain management team at UC. It was a year. And then the following year in 2022, I had to take that whole year with physical therapy to get my body, back moving the way it should. But physically, I wasn't able to create. I wasn't able to do music. I wasn't able to do a lot of the things that I, wanted to do because I wasn't able to sit or stand for really 20 minutes at a time. And but in that process, I had been wanting to do this Be Still project, and before that, actually. And so I spent a lot of my time thinking about it. And when I got to a place where I was able to do that, I went on ahead and started it. But Be Still is really, so I'm featuring 8 different people in the city. um, just a few, like, one is a Olympic gold medalist, one is a past writer for CNN, another is a well-known coffee shop owner here in the city who helps a lot of entrepreneurs. But I am featuring their stories about their own be still moments, these moments where we realize we are not in control of the outcome the way we thought that we were, and we have to really just learn to embrace the process of what's happening to get through it, rather than figuring out how can I get out of this. You realize I have to get through this, and you are a better person at the end of it. And so, that's what I wanted to take that idea and not make art out of the people, but I wanted to take that idea and do it in an artistic way, to really promote mental and emotional health, because that's a lot of what it's about. Because you can go crazy in moments like that. You can get, when you feel like you've hit rock bottom for something that wasn't even your fault. There's a lot to build back from that. And so in those be still moments, I just want people to realize that we are all actually probably going to experience those at different stages of life. And so this is really an artistic way to promote dialogue, around that, and to feature people's stories who you would think like, wow, they've gone through something, or how did they get through that? Because like I said, everybody goes through difficult moments, and just trying to learn how to uh, get through that is what this project is really kind of featuring. A be still moment for me is um it's those moments where we are in a situation where where I'm like, okay, how can I get out of this? How can I control this? And you realize I'm not in control of it the way that I thought that I was. And you have to learn to let go and just be a part of that process, and find the learning spots in it, the learning points. For me, it's faith. I had to gravitate a lot towards my faith to get through that, and realize that what I am experiencing in the moment is not going to be a forever thing. I had to believe that, and I had to really work through it. So uh, but you have to take that time to really be still in a be still moment, and allow life to take its course. It's kind of like the ride the wave rather than going against it, because you can kill yourself trying to go against the wave. But if you learn to go with the wave, you will eventually, make it back to the shore. In a day and age like today, like I'm very much into technology. I know people they think AI is a new thing, and AI has been around for a very long time. Um, I think because everything is so quick, I think it's important to immerse yourself. And so, because people, we flick through things, we scroll through things so fast. And so I wanted to find a way to get people to immerse themselves in what the story is, rather than just letting it be a picture or whatever it may be. And so I challenge people to immerse yourself in the things that you are witnessing and seeing. And I also challenge, creatives to find ways to immerse the public in what it is that you are doing as well, and being willing to embrace technology. With ArtsWave, our projects were centered around truth and innovation. And when you are really dealing with a reality, you have to be truthful in that moment. And you have to really face the truth. You can't, we are in a world where we put on filters, where we put our highlight reels out for the public to see. Um, and it's important to really stare at the truth and to be transparent with the truth. And in terms of innovation, what are those innovative ways that you can do to have this experience? And so for me, again, it wasn't just looking at a picture, or hearing a song. It was like, how can I get the public involved in this story, and in a story that we all really experience in one way or the other.